Good afternoon, everyone. Today, Blackberry is thrilled to be here at the Data and AI Summit in partnership with Deegan, our Senior Solution Architect from Databricks. Alongside my colleague, Robert Lombardi, we will dive into how artificial intelligence have revolutionized operation in Blackberry. To kick things off, Deegan will present a few slides showcasing the numerous advantages of utilizing Databricks as a primary data platform. This will set the stage for understanding how Databricks enable us to unlock our wealth of cybersecurity data by leveraging AI effectively and driving innovation and efficiency across our organization. Thank you, and let's get started.
Yeah, thanks, Jess. Thanks. All right, so just wanted to set the foundation. Just a quick couple of slides on the challenges in cybersecurity and how Databricks can help augment some of the other solutions out there. I've talked to a lot of cybersecurity professionals, and we often talk about the same four things that you see on the screen, right? The first one is going to be cost. Everyone's worried about cost. There's just too many cyber tools out there, too many different sources that the data is stored in, and it's very tough to kind of get in there and get the data out for analysis, right? But usually that goes into scale. Typically, cyber professionals use something called a SIEM, right? Security information event managers out there. And the whole point of a SIEM is where all the data from multiple different sources go in one single location, and then your SOC team can go in there and kind of do some analysis. But usually it runs into two limitations. I'm sure some of you guys have noticed. First one is around the engine. It's often single-threaded, and sometimes analysis takes a long time, right? So it cannot keep up with the big data and the high cardinality data that's coming in almost real time. So that's the first challenge. The second one is about cost, right? Licensing. Part of the SIEM structure is around storage cost. There's also other SKUs as well, but so you're limited into how much data you can put into the system because of storage, right? And also how many sources go in there as well. So most of the time people do like 30 days or 6 months, but putting like 5 years or 1 year worth of data with multiple different tools, I haven't heard about that. So that's the second main challenge. It kind of creates blind spots. The third one is around ML and AI. Things like, hey, I don't have enough people on my team to take track of these alerts or manage these alerts. So what ended up happening is you started creating next generation tools where you have ML models that kind of really reduce their false positives in there, remove the amount of noise that you get in these type of tools. And then now ML and AI, where we, in the keynotes, we talk about, Gen AI and how we can create LLMs. And some of the use cases are around like summarization. So we have a lot of internal documentation or external documentation from Mandy and a VirusTotal or Blackberry or other cyber providers out there, and we want to create a QA bot. Other one is like natural language, right? So you want to ask things in English and say like, hey, how many alerts were there last year or kind of yesterday, and is there a similar alert that looked like this kind of pattern, right? So using English to answer some of those questions. And one of my favorites is Cybersecurity Copilot. The many of the vendors are actually putting into their system, but it's just a QA bot. Blackberry actually has one of those already implemented, but they take it one step further, and Justin and Robert would talk a little bit more about how, what they're doing in terms of Gen AI and LLMs as well. And the last piece is centralization. We all know that cybersecurity data is really important to the business, but they often lack the sharing capabilities, right, between multiple different tools. So what ends up happening is people store data, long-term data in object storage, right? So ADLS, Google Cloud Storage, or S3, for their analysis as well. And the next. This slide talks about our vision for cybersecurity, right? Just kind of walking you guys through. You guys heard about the data intelligence platform, where you can store massive amounts of data at scale, and we have the data reliability, the data performance built on top of it, so you can get data from any different data source, right? Over there you see operating system, secure data, agent, cloud sources, and things of that nature. Putting to this one single platform, and then we have that governance built on top of it with Unique Catalog. You can search for assets, provide access control, and also safe sharing of these data sources as well. And then on top of that, you can take advantage of those Gen AI use cases, right? You can build your own models and so on. especially with Genie rooms where you can go in there, ask questions in plain English and get results back. There were some demos in the keynote today. So at the end of all of this, you have your operations team use Databricks to augment their SIEM or their SOAR, different kinds of systems for analysis. You can have your threat researchers go in there and create their own models around fraud detection or threat detection, whatever they want to do. And your analysts can go in there and curate the full data set, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year worth of data, rather than being kind of limited to kind of one type of analysis, right? So that's our vision. But yeah, now I'll pass the ball over to Robert and Justin to kind of talk about their journey and kind of talk about how they are evolving, Blackberry solution to detect and continuously protect your digital assets, right? To kind of make them secure. So here you go, Justin.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Deegan. So as Deegan's introduced, my name is Justin, and my journey with BlackBerry actually began back in 2010. I started as an IPsec VPN developer for the past 14 years. I dedicated 12 of those in the field of security, covering a wide range of area, including network security, OS security, and mobile device security. For those that don't know, BlackBerry used to do BlackBerry mobile devices. You might have noticed I only mentioned 12 years in security. That's because I also spent 2 years in application development, just adding another dimension to my expertise. Recently, in the past 4 years, as part of the data platform team, where we have been instrumental in bootstrapping BlackBerry adoption of Databricks. The initiative has been a foundation to a cybersecurity-focused Lakehouse, enhancing our capability for threat detection and data analysis. This is my second time presenting at the Data AI Summit, and I'm very excited to share our progress with you. Now my colleague Robert will take over to showcase the end result of a cybersecurity-focused Lakehouse. Robert?
Thanks, Justin. Hey everyone, I'm Robert Lombardi, the Director of Product Management for Silence Endpoint and Silence Edge. Like Justin, I'm a longtime BlackBerry employee and started my career here working on hardware platform design and advanced technology. In 2017, I jumped out of engineering and into product management, where I've had the chance to work on a varied set of cybersecurity solutions across every major mobile and desktop platform. I'm going to start us off here with an overview of the essential parts of BlackBerry's cybersecurity solutions, just in case there are some of you who aren't fully in the loop on what we've been up to on this side of the business. Our mission is focused around ensuring that our customers remain resilient to cyber attacks so that impact to business continuity is eliminated or minimized. The core set of products we have that enable this mission in the endpoint security space are Silence Protect, which is our flagship endpoint protection solution, bringing the world's first and most effective AI-based anti-malware prevention capabilities. Then we have Silence Optics, which is our endpoint detection response solution that monitors for malicious behaviors across MITRE ATT&CK and facilitates collecting the required context needed for incident response. And lastly, Silence Gateway, which protects network traffic and uses AI to identify and prevent network-based attacks. All of these products are brought together through our managed detection and response service, Silence MDR. With Silence MDR, our industry experts manage threat hunting activities, environment tuning, and incident response so that customers can better focus on their business priorities without having to worry about managing a complex global security operations center 24/7 by 365. Okay, so hopefully that was brief enough that it didn't sound like a sales pitch, but I think the macro context is important to understand what kind of data we have access to and what kinds of problems we're solving for our customers. Before Justin gets into the weeds on what we're doing behind the scenes, I want to first showcase a few of our AI-led experiences so that it's easier for you guys to connect the dots later. AI threat prevention is Silence's original claim to fame. We were the first to market here and have been able to hold on to our market-leading position the entire time. The chart here shows our endpoint prevention capabilities with our latest anti-malware model across against 4 major competitor products. As you can see, we're able to achieve the highest true positive rate while using vastly fewer system resources than others in that test. Having large databases of well-labeled data, some smart feature engineering, a well-oiled MLOps pipeline, and some very rigorous reporting on model performance all helped us to achieve this result. And we've recently launched our Silence AI Assistant, which integrates directly into our alert management workflow experience. This is a large language model that helps summarize complex security information into actionable guidance for our customers. I'll call out here too, that from an experience perspective, we've taken a different approach than most. We don't have an open chatbot that you need to constantly be Q&Aing with and refine your prompts for. Instead, we've done all the prompt engineering on our side and supply the customer with the ability to interact with our model in the click of a button, which allows for much faster and much higher efficacy responses. Now, this enhancement is an evolution to our assistant and is expected to come later this year. Instead of just looking at a single alert in the system, though, the assistant will look across the entire attack chain of an incident or some other complex attack. It then summarizes end-to-end what is happening in the kill chain, which allows analysts to get up to speed very quickly so they can take action and then remediate the issue. Helping the security analysts find and analyze threats aren't the only places that have value for security customers, though. One of the major challenges with security products is their need to over-collect and over-report potential malicious behaviors in an environment because it is so costly if an attack goes undetected. The need of security analysts to never miss anything is directly opposed with the constraints of having limited time and people. We're implementing several Silence AI enhancements to our alert management experience to help here. The first is a set of AI-assisted workflows that automatically discovers potential false positives in the environment and provides an easy call to action for the customer. After the customer confirms our recommendation, then Silence AI also automatically determines the exception scope that needs to be applied for those false positives. We're intentionally choosing to start with a non-intrusive AI-assisted workflow so that we can build confidence for the end user by confirming that the model will make the same decision they would, and also act as a feedback loop that measures model performance. After the model hits an appropriate performance threshold, we can then move to our second phase and allow customers to optionally deploy it in a fully autonomous mode. Silence AI would then continuously hunt for false positives in the environment, prune them automatically, and then generate a tuning report so that everything we're doing is not hidden to the customer, which again helps maintain a strong level of confidence that's needed for adoption and feedback. Now, last on my show and tell list here is our incident management experience and the Silence AI model that powers it. The tuning implementations that I just went through are honed in on removing hay from the haystack. The incident generation model is tuned on the opposite side of the spectrum. It is hunting for needles in that haystack, which becomes a much more efficient process in both cost and performance when there's a lot less hay. When the system finds an incident, which we consider as a strong indicator of malicious presence in the environment, there are automated workflows to allow that item to jump the prioritization queue and raise the alarms so that someone in the SOC can take a look with haste. The level of urgency expected here means that this model must take caution to not cry wolf, right? It needs to be correct almost 100% of the time. And as you can see, this experience pairs with the other LLM items I showed earlier to get the analyst up and running quickly for the rest of the incident response workflow. And with that, I'll pass it over to Justin so that he can show you how we're using Databricks to create, maintain, and drive these enhancements into our silent security solutions.
Thank you, Robert. Well, that was a lot of marketing slide. Too bad they actually demo it. For today's technical discussion, I will cover the following topic. First, I'll provide a high-level overview of our journey, starting with building a data lake, evolving it into a lakehouse, and finally rebranding it to a data intelligence platform to meet all our AI needs. I think I've meant transforming it into a data intelligence platform. This transformation is crucial as it underscores our commitment to leveraging data and AI to drive innovation and enhance our cybersecurity capabilities. High-level overview. Data lake to lakehouse to intelligence platform. Our journey from a data lake to lakehouse to an intelligence platform was propelled by our partnership with Databricks. It all began with the need to migrate data generated by Silence endpoint solution into a cloud. Databricks simplified our cloud platform pipeline, making it easier to refactor, enabling us to integrate additional source of data into a product for the EDR use case. As our solution evolved, we encountered new use cases that require the utilization of other storage accelerators such as OpenSearch, RDS, Kafka, and DynamoDB. Leveraging Databricks, we were able to integrate these easily with these accelerators and satisfy SLA requirements set forth by our product team, like Robert. As internal adoption of Databricks increased, the nature of a requirement also changed. Our data science team started leveraging Databricks for their analytical use case, which gradually expanded to include model building and deployment. In essence, our collaboration with Databricks has empowered us to evolve from simply managing data in the data lake to building a comprehensive intelligence platform. This transformation has enabled us to leverage data and AI effectively, driving innovation and enhancing our cybersecurity capability. Infrastructure overview. In this diagram, we illustrate a high-level architecture of our cybersecurity-focused data lake. The infrastructure is designed to provide consistent environment for our internal user and to support our initial EDR solution, where EDR data is processed into Delta tables, and serverless SQL warehouses are utilized to enable customer access to this data. As we evolve from this architecture, and as the usage of our EDR data and other data sources grew, we began exploring and integrating new and existing capabilities, such as enrolling in private preview for vector search index and leveraging model serving. For vector search index, this capability allows our data science team to quickly find and identify related malware, including previously unseen threat, by transforming it into a vector using a custom embedding model. For model serving, our data scientists are now leveraging model serving to run concurrent ML pipeline, analyzing data as it's streamed into our cybersecurity data lakehouse. Future vision. Our data intelligence platform will be a nexus for managing and analyzing our cybersecurity data, powering a next generation AI product. The data driving our AI product will be ingested, transformed, and serialized to an appropriate accelerator from Databricks, ensuring optimal performance and insight. I will now go over the different machine learning use case within our science product. Dashboarding. So I'm going to go over an initial use case where for our data science team. Our data science and machine learning operation team already leveraged Apache Spark for model training and data creation workflow back when we developed Protect. They had already established their existing infrastructure for these tasks. Transitioning their workflow to Databricks didn't quite align with their existing setup, but also it was just reinventing the wheel. Recognizing the importance of comprehensive data analysis in cybersecurity, Blackberry empowered the data science team to build interactive dashboard to visualize how our model are performing in the field and evaluate how it performed between different iterations. This was made possible because our Lakehouse stored both the model inference result and the threat enrichment data in a central location. These dashboards have empowered our threat research team and data science team to collaborate seamlessly using easy to understand visual. As the saying goes, a picture is worth 1,000 words. These visualizations provide valuable insights and facilitate informed decision-making, ultimately enhancing our cybersecurity capabilities. AI is part of our day-to-day. Internally, the Blackberry Data Platform team have adopted a mantra of leveraging AI as part of our day-to-day. This includes leveraging LLM to assist in developing Terraform module for our CI/CD, to leverage built-in AI feature within Databricks to auto-annotate resourcing in the catalog. So for those that don't know, we use extensively the auto-annotation to label our tables and column data so that we help our data scientists look for different catalog available within Unity catalogs. Recently, we have begun to leverage AI query to provide data summary within our pipeline dashboard to non-technical user on things such as pipeline status. As a user or an admin, being able to see a one-line summary to determine whether I need to dive deeper into the data to help save precious time. In my case, I could simply redirect any inquiries about a particular pipeline status to a dashboard, which minimizes my own context switching. The process of building this summary was intuitive. We used SQL to generate the table aggregation, and then we prep our aggregate for DBRX to process, or DBRX. The resulting LLM output is then displayed on the dashboard for all users to use. AI query in SQL has opened up many new exciting use cases for us to explore in the future. I will now talk about EDR model inference, or the meat and potato of our talk. Streaming EDR model inference, putting telemetry data to work. Telemetry data from EDR is inherently noisy. Window event log alone can generate 10 to 100,000 events per day per machine. On average, we receive over 5 million events daily per tenant, which equate roughly over 20 terabytes of compressed data globally each day. Using Apache Spark and MLflow, our data scientists process and analyze EDR data to identify feature and train proof of concept models These models are then evaluated against live and labeled data to assess the efficacy. The process of labeling data and model evaluation involves sharing the model output and input data with our threat research team for review. The result of this collaboration are serialized and stored in Delta table and managed under Unity catalogs. Here's a high-level overview of a model training pipeline for EDR. Before I talk more about this diagram, I want to provide a short explanation of some terminology that are cybersecurity specific. Purple teaming. Purple teaming is a cybersecurity strategy that involves close collaboration between the red team, offensive team, and the blue team, defensive team, to improve an organization's security posture. The primary goal is to enhance detection and response capability of the blue team while sharpening the attack technique and methodology of the red team. Threat enrichment is a process within cybersecurity that involves augmenting raw threat data with additional context and intelligence to enhance understanding of security event and incident. This enriched data helps our security team make more informed decisions. Going through this diagram, data for the model training is captured based on a follow series of actions. Purple teaming exercise and malware detonation sandbox perform specific attack techniques within the threat lab. These techniques and action are generates OS events that are captured by silence endpoint. The capture event are streamlined to the cloud and processed by our EDR pipeline into a silver table. Data scientists in collaboration with the threat research could then access this label silver data to identify features within it that they're interested in. The resulting feature is serialized into Delta table and can be revealed later using dashboard or be leveraged in training model via the use of notebooks. The process of identifying the feature in model training will keep happening until our data scientists and threat research are satisfied with the results. In this environment, model training occurs against a production data where role-based access is managed through Unity catalog. This enables our data scientists to safely work with production and lab data, knowing the output they produce is securely managed. We ran through several iterations of this model training evaluation before formalizing everything into jobs and feature tables that are continuously updated. Using this pipeline, we ultimately settle on a multi-model solution where our cybersecurity data is first fed into a classification model before being sent to a model to make inference based on the sequence of event coming in. Here are some key factors to highlight. Blackberry wealth of labeled cybersecurity-related data is rarely available during model training process within UC. Our data scientist and threat research team can access the source data and use it to train model, and the model itself is managed on the Unity catalog. Databricks enable our data scientists and threat researchers to collaborate in a common environment as both teams leverages them in very different use cases. The diagram shown here represent the final production pipeline for a streaming multi-stage inference model for EDR. Data from our customers is ingested into Databricks, where a continuous stream of inference job runs to provide near real-time inference via a multi-stage model. The resulting inference are serialized and published into our cybersecurity operation console to notify our customer if a cybersecurity incident is occurring within their IT infrastructure. Our threat researcher and data scientists can access the inference table to conduct additional analysis on the fly. This enables them to adjust the performance and improve the model based on production data as the threat landscape evolves. In conclusion, our ML model pipeline leveraged Databricks is highly effective against evolving cyber threat as it has the ability to adapt to new emerging threat by continuously updating its algorithm based on new data. Blackberry's global presence enabled our model to train against the data from a global threat landscape. I will now cover the next ML use case, alert prioritization. Problem statement. Our OneAlert product uses key indicator to determine if an alert is unique or if it's another occurrence of a previous alert being produced. If the key indicator is similar, they're counted as a unique alert. The logic seems simple enough, but in reality, a lot of alerts have key indicators that have very minimal variation. It makes it look like the alerts are unique, but in reality, they're not. So for example, in in this picture here, the file paths are exactly the same, but within the command line, it's slightly different for the two. So within our system, we actually classify them. In the past, we used to classify those as unique alert, but in reality, they're really the same alert, just slight variation. Those key indicators don't always are important enough that they're not excluded. They can't be excluded. We need an alternative method to tackle this problem. Solution. Our data science team developed an approach to group alert based on specific attributes like process name, file SHA-256 hash, process command line argument, parent process information, and parent process information. After settling in on a general approach, we need to ensure that it could be dynamically applied to each of our customers. This was crucial because our analysts show significant variation of alert patterns and seasonal trend between different customers. Taking those factors into account, we ultimately chose DB-scan clustering algorithm. This clustering algorithm is well suited for identifying groups of alert with similar behavior, even with slight variation within the data. And more importantly, it did not require us to predefine the number of clusters to look for. Within the group, with the grouping in place, our team proceeded to analyze the cluster of alert. Blackberry threat research team were engaged to reveal the alert in each of the cluster, in addition to raw data passed to Silence AI for additional analysis. Through this process, we identified multiple clusters of interest, assigned a weight to each one to generate an endpoint score for each individual cluster. With the scoring mechanism set up, we can now automate this pipeline. The automation generated a goal output table that contained grouping pattern, needing a specific endpoint score threshold for the production system to apply. In the future, we plan to explore alternative methods for prioritizing and grouping alert. These methods include breaking down the alert into vectors, storing them in a random sample subset for a large language model to analyze. We will also look to explore a relationship between individual alert over a period of time to provide a broader picture if a cybersecurity incident or compromise has happened. We also aim to enhance integration of our existing pipeline with production system, allowing it to dynamically propagate any changes, grouping, and associated priority. Once the end-to-end integration is complete, we'll roll out the prioritization globally. The future. What you see presented today is just a fraction of exciting capability we plan. Silence AI will soon be capable of leveraging the power of vector search index within Databricks to revolutionize our data workflow, particularly for large language model RAG workflow. As you know, Databricks play a pivotal role in handling the data lifecycle. We start by ingesting vast amount of raw data in Databricks platform, where it undergoes meticulous transformation and processing. This ensures that the data is clean, structured, and ready for analysis and application. Once the data is transformed and loaded, we'll take it a step further by customizing this data to be optimally served by a vector search index. This customization is critical. It means that our advanced AI product like Silence AI has access to the most accurate, relevant, up-to-date information as possible. By harnessing the vector search index capability, we can serve the data more efficiently and effectively. This ensures that our Silence Assistant answers are significantly more precise. This allows us to deliver a product that's always in the forefront of innovation. The future, where are we going? Conversely, are we there yet? Applying artificial intelligence and machine learning in cybersecurity requires a platform that enables us users to effectively leverage data produced internally and externally within the company. A key feature of this includes data access and data freshness. Data access drives innovation and minimizes downtime between having an idea and being able to explore the idea with the right data set. Data freshness minimizes the time delay between data generation and its availability for use. We're flying blind if we don't have high quality data, but if it takes 30 minutes before any meaningful insight could be made, we're also not keeping up with the trend. For training and running the latest EDR inference model to serving data to ground our next generation Silence AI, our platform needs to be flexible and interoperate with other services and technology. The data platform team's mission is to create a Blackberry cybersecurity intelligence platform to power existing and new ways to protect our customer from cybersecurity threats. We're well on our journey. Our transformation from building a data lake, evolving it into Lakehouse, and into a data intelligence platform enhanced our cybersecurity silence solution to respond quickly to changes in the threat landscape and innovate and remain competitive in the cybersecurity field. We look to continually update and improve our mixture of predictive and descriptive model to stop attack before it happened and enable our data scientists and threat research to collaborate and identify patterns from the events and alerts that are occurring that or have already occurred. With the help of Databricks' new AI feature, and the Blackberry data platform team have adopted a philosophy of incorporating AI and machine learning in everything we do. If we do not use AI day to day, how can we expect to build an AI solution for our customer? We'd like to give a special thanks to the Databricks account team, who are a true partner in making this successful. Also, a special thank you to the individual within the Blackberry team who are the first adopter and help us evolve our Lakehouse. They're not here today at the conference, but their contribution to what was presented was invaluable. It was a pleasure to share with everyone some of the exciting things we've done at Blackberry. Thank you for attending the breakout session. To find out more for our latest announcement, we encourage everyone to scan the barcode on the screen.